Cloud-based mining. There are different ways to distribute a token in the crypto market. The most common one, and the one that's completely broken, is pre-sale distribution. The project team owns all the tokens, then makes a closed, cheap sale to early investors and venture capital funds. After the token is listed, a new community arrives, and the early pre-sale investors, the VC funds, and the project team start selling their tokens. This creates the classic pump and dump, which brings profit to early investors, VC funds, and the team, but never brings profit to the community. Unfortunately, this method of token distribution has become a market standard, even though it's fundamentally broken. That's why the statistics in the market are so negative. 98% of all participants in the crypto market lose money, not even talking about making a profit. The key difference and advantage of WeFi is that its economy is designed in a way that the company's profit does not depend on selling the WFI token. This is the main distinction from other companies in the industry that must sell their token to earn money. In WeFi, the entire token emission belongs to the community, while the company earns profit from its own products. Therefore, WeFi does not use the standard pre-sale model, because the company does not need to sell its WFI token. With the arrival of Bitcoin, the market saw the only correct way to distribute a token, mining. In this model, the team, early investors, and VCs do not hold tokens. Anyone who wants to receive the token must participate in mining and actually mine it. All participants are in equal conditions. The principle of fair distribution was introduced to the industry by Bitcoin. Its mining mechanism is the benchmark for token distribution. It goes back to the fundamental ideas of decentralization, where the community helps develop and promote the network, fills it with users, and receives rewards for that. This describes the main principle of decentralization, where all users earn evenly and fairly. This is the main difference from presale, where only project owners and VC funds make money. Looking at Bitcoin's distribution mechanism in more detail today, we can see one main drawback. The Bitcoin mining mechanism has become technically outdated. Bitcoin is distributed through the proof-of-work technology, which requires significant resources and has a negative impact on the environment. Bitcoin is the father of cryptocurrencies. It deserves respect, and its fundamental principles should be preserved. Its proof-of-work technology will continue to distribute Bitcoin until around the year 2140. But for an ordinary user, participating in Bitcoin's distribution will become harder and harder because of the constantly increasing resource requirements for mining. Modern technologies allow us to move away from resource-heavy proof-of-work toward lighter, more efficient, and environmentally friendly solutions. The economic and mathematical principles behind Bitcoin mining can be applied not only in physical mining, but also digitally through algorithms. WeFi has developed a unique technology for distributing the WFI token, which, on one hand, applies all the principles embedded in Bitcoin mining, but on the other hand, is resource efficient and environmentally friendly. WeFi has launched cloud-based mining. This is a token distribution program based on predefined rules that ensure even distribution, long-term integration of the token into the market, and stable growth of its value. To participate in mining, a user needs to have an activated cloud-based mining unit. The mining algorithm releases WFI tokens into the system every second and distributes them evenly among all activated cloud-based mining units. In addition to the main distribution algorithm, WeFi has developed a set of additional rules that automatically ensure fair token distribution among participants, control its entry into the market in accordance with the ecosystem's growth pace, and prevent speculation and the creation of large whale pools. Cloud-based mining uses the following programmed rules: systematic halving, algorithmic amortization, proxy unit energy, and mathematical supply control. Systematic halving. Every second, there is a programmed amount of WFI that the system distributes among all mining participants. Every 2 years, this amount of WFI is reduced by half. Considering that the price of WFI increases over time, systematic halving ensures balanced development of the entire mining system. The full WFI mining algorithm is designed for 8 years. Every 2 years, the amount decreases by half. The algorithm starts with 8 WFI per second, then 4 tokens, then 2, and finally 1 WFI per second. Algorithmic amortization. A programmed amortization process applied to cloud-based mining units over time ensures WFI tokens are distributed evenly throughout the 8-year mining cycle. Just like in real economics, any tool has its own amortization. Over time, its power and efficiency decrease compared to newly issued tools. A cloud-based mining unit gradually loses its mining power and produces fewer WFI tokens compared to a new cloud-based mining unit. The amortization algorithm prevents the formation of large whales and potential market manipulators. Thanks to the amortization algorithm, every new participant in the system has equal opportunities to mine WFI compared to earlier participants. Proxy unit energy. In addition to its transactional function, the WFI token also serves as a utility token within the WeFi ecosystem. The system includes a proxy unit called energy, which acts as a bridge between the WFI token and the ecosystem's products. The presence of the energy proxy unit allows ecosystem products to interact with the WFI token. The WFI token is the source of value, while energy provides proxy access to that value through user actions. The total amount of energy generated within the WeFi system is one of the key indicators of the development level and popularity of the company's products. The amount of energy serves as a kind of indicator of product maturity and its integration into the real market. Mathematical supply control. The main problem most crypto companies face is the lack of a mechanism that links the readiness level of their products with the volume of tokens entering the market. Usually, a huge amount of tokens gets dumped onto the market long before the company's product line is ready to absorb that volume. This leads to a drop in the token price, loss of community, and ultimately the collapse of the company. The key indicator showing that the market is ready to absorb the required volume of tokens is the presence of real utility use cases beyond speculation, as well as the readiness level of the ecosystem's products themselves. WeFi has developed an innovative mechanism that controls the token's entry into the market through blocks that depend on the amount of energy generated. Since energy is the proxy unit between WFI and the products, the total amount of generated energy is the main indicator of product ecosystem development. WFI distribution follows a linearly programmed formula, and token mining implies a continuous flow of tokens into cloud-based mining units over 8 years. The speed at which WFI enters the market, as well as its scarcity, is controlled by the mathematical supply control formula. There are 10 blocks, each containing 100 million of WFI, available for market release. Each block can be released only after reaching 30 million generated energy, which is the main indicator of the ecosystem's development. Inside each block, a user has proportional access to WFI. If a user exhausts their proportional share in the current block, they must wait until mathematical supply control moves to the next block, where they receive a new share. This does not stop the user's mining process. Mining continues uninterrupted, and the user keeps receiving their WFI rewards. To make mathematical supply control easier to understand, imagine a massive high-tech microchip factory. The conveyor runs 24/7 and cannot be stopped. It is designed for continuous production. But the chips are not released to the market in full immediately after manufacturing. Most chips are stored in warehouses until the global market, technology development, and demand are ready to absorb the next batch. This is what supports the steady increase in chip prices. The factory focuses on long-term development. It doesn't chase hype. It builds a stable long-term market and increases the chances of success for its products and the factory itself. Therefore, the factory does not reduce production. Instead, it controls and adapts the supply going to the market. In WeFi mining, the supply of WFI entering the market is automated and controlled by mathematical calculation. Thanks to the rules applied in the WeFi mining process, the price of the WFI asset has strong protection and correlates with the pace of product line development. This ensures that the market is not flooded with more WFI tokens than the product ecosystem is capable of utilizing, and gives every user a fair share of the rewards. The architecture of the WeFi system is designed for long-term, consistent development of the WFI asset and the entire ecosystem. Cloud-based mining incorporates the most effective economic and mathematical models of the modern global market, minimizing human error in business. Based on the laws of economics, mathematics, and code, WeFi follows a path of long-term and stable development for the entire ecosystem.